Three, two, one. Hello, everyone, and welcome to your Big O Season 3 preview. This is Tommo here, and today I'm being joined by Lyscaris, or XS. How are you doing today?
I'm great, thanks, Tommo. Yourself, mate?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. A wee bit tired, but there's a lot going on, and we need to get hyped for it, so.
Absolutely.
Hey, what do you go by the way? Is it XS or Lyscaris when it comes to, the whole Big O stuff?
Oh, this probably Lascaris because XS is only for Steam, really. This yeah, Lascaris sounds better anyway.
Okay, cool, magic. So guys, what we're going to do today, we're going to go through all of the Division 3 teams, cast our little eyes over them, see who we think's strong, who might struggle a little bit, where some development might be needed, and hopefully everyone will be able to take something out of it. So, the first team we're going to be looking at, or the first division, is Division 3A, and the team at the top of the list in Division 3A is Celebrity Veg, which is an Elf Union team coached by Destruction Dab. And I've already got it up on screen. Are you there? Or
Yep, I'm all good.
cool. So do you want to have a gander at this one first?
Yeah, sounds good. So you've got a pretty good build. You picked the Pro Elves. So you've got the two blitzers, the two catchers, a thrower, and a couple of linemen, one per level. Uh, the biggest thing of this team probably is the Agi5 blitzer already. That's massive. Like he's only played what the 3 games actually, and he's picked up Agi5. He's got a blodge on the other one too, and guard on his catcher is also really, really, really nice as well.
Yeah, see, he's actually got 5 games played in his.
I think one was because I'm guessing one was looks like actually looks like a concede, another must be a friendly or something.
I think I just got that bug or something like you were talking about.
Yeah.
I tried to
Yep.
click on a game and see what stats are coming up, and now I'm waiting for answer from server.
Yeah, it'll time about like a minute or two, something like internal server error. But yeah, it looks like the Goofy Goobers. That looks like a misclick concede or something like that because I've replayed it. And the other one I'm guessing is maybe a friendly because he's only got the 1-1-1 record on his statistics.
Right. Yeah, if he's still got another game to play in the Greenhorn, then I would totally be trying to get a score on that G5 guy.
Oh god, yeah. It's only a touchdown away as well. So I mean, would you pick up Blodge or would you go Leap?
I got leap.
Make it good. That's a really good. That's a strong piece to have, especially because did 3A looks very elf heavy this season as well.
Yeah, but even against like bash teams, I think having someone that can just leap into a cage reliably and get a hit on the ball is going to be pretty huge. I mean, that's the gimmick that all Kids Life teams are going to be playing with, isn't it? So,
Yep.
being able to do it is like Elf Union. I think it's definitely onto a winner.
Any merit of picking up sure hands perhaps next? Oh, sorry, strip ball. Sorry, because I don't think there'd be any other team with sure hands at this stage. Because unless your team has a thrower, but
Strip ball early against elves is always going to be really good because
yeah.
everyone kind of tends to want to get the whole bludge first. If you've been a little bit greedy, then bludge step and then sure hands. So, it's going to be a long time. Well, not a super long time, but it's going to be a good while at least before we start seeing a lot of sure hands on ball carriers with elves, I think.
Agreed. And what do you feel like going Fend on that lineman first?
Um, Honestly, I'm not too much of a fan. I think I'd rather take dodge just because against teams that don't have many skills at the start, there's not a huge amount of block running around. Um, like against something that doesn't have block, dodge is just as good as bludge because if they're rolling like a both down, that's a turnover and you're getting the ball back anyway.
Yep,
Um,
I agree 100% there. I mean, Fend
Fen
is nice.
Yeah, if you
I mean,
had
it
like a
helps you.
palm
It
up.
really, yeah, but like it helps the off screen as well. If you think about it, that's one good thing about it, I guess. Like if you're trying to screen, it makes it really easy to screen off without having to roll dodges. But I mean, I think dodge saves you rerolls, and if you're AV7, you really don't want to be basing too much anyway.
Oh, definitely not. Yeah, you're one bad set of dice away from your team exploding all the time when you play AV7. Um,
Yep.
I think all the well the Elf Union teams are definitely going to be looking to in their first season just play very kind of like conservative until they start getting all that blodge all over the place, and then maybe we might see some a little bit more aggressive play.
No,
Excuse me.
it'd be great to watch though. Nah, all good. It'd be really good to watch though.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we'll move on to the next team, which is a Dark Elf team coached by Jape and Z, called the Doomed Witches. So let me just bring them up.
Wow, it's a nice team.
Yeah. Out of all the teams in the division that I've looked at so far, I think these guys have the highest TV with 1270. And they're 1270 without even getting their third reroll or their fourth blitzer yet. So he's obviously had some really, really good development so far from his
Especially, yeah,
3 games, actually. Um,
that's a really fair effort actually.
so going through it just in order, and the star player has to be the Bloodstep Witch Elf. Um, you know, having that kind of threat, especially with the 2 Witch
That's
Elves for like the surfing, is particularly huge.
so gross. 3 blood species before the game begins. I'm gonna go on a limb saying is I'm gonna say there's probably about 0 tackle in this league so far, so that's gonna be a nightmare for other teams.
Yeah. Looking at the name of the second witch, even though it's unskilled, it reminds me too much of Sanjune's Witch Elf. Like, I'm like, hmm, might need to try and kill
Man,
that just on.
that's a hell of something to live up to, man.
We'll see how it
if anything,
rolls.
if it rolls anything like Sanders Witches do, that's gonna be a monster. Yeah. Look at the games they've played. They've won all their games. They've scored times each one of their games: 3-1, 3-1, and 3-0. So that's a lot of good development coming. That's what development's coming from. And yeah, guard lineman. I do love guard on elves. It's so useful, and they can block guard as well. So I mean that's only a really really durable piece for him.
Yeah, for alignment, I don't think there's any question. Like, if you roll doubles, you're taking God, really. Maybe I might have just snapped Mighty Blow just to have it because it makes such a huge difference, especially early on. But um, maybe you're thinking, oh, I'll reserve that for a Blitzer or a Witch.
Yeah, you want to use it. Yeah, that's the only thing I'd be thinking of is I'd rather am I going to blitz this piece? Am I ready to commit to blitzing this piece every turn, even if it's a lineman? That's the only. But if you have it, you have it, and it's always a toss up. What's going to help you more, guard or mighty blow? I think early on, guard will probably win you more games than mighty blow might.
Alright, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so I think this team's. I think they're gonna definitely be giving away a lot of inducements. When they get the fourth blitzer, that's another 100k that they're gonna be adding to it. The next team reroll, that's only what 5k adds, is it not? So
It'd be 50k. So you're
50k,
looking
yeah.
at 40. So yeah, if the about 1400 after probably unless you fire as a lineman, which you probably won't because you do you want to bench this early? I guess that's always a hard question. I mean, you want a long term, obviously, because elves you generally want a 12 man in case you lose people because you will lose players as elves. It's just part of Blood Bowl. But this early it's hard. So you probably sack the lineman. I think I'm not sure. But anyway, if he's getting a 1400 TV around say 3 or 4 games in, he's going to be looking at least giving out a wizard every game, which is always going to be rough to play around.
Yeah. But even still, this looks like a super, super strong start from Jay Benzi here. Hopefully, yeah, we see a lot of high scoring games continue.
Oh, man, he's open.
Okay, next team is Faces of 4chan.
That's it.
This might be Caleb's brother. Caleb was telling me he had a brother in Division 3.
That was he's yoga team in this division.
Oh, is he?
Yep,
Okay. I'm pretty sure I've seen this guy around in Crusader's stream at some point.
possibly. But that's an interesting build he's got up here.
Yep. You want to launch into it then?
Yep. Nurgle team. So generally, it's there's usually two ways of playing Nurgle. Either you go heavy, either sacrifice a beast to go next to Pesticore, or you just go you go beast and you only go to one Pesticore to begin with. It leaves you a bit vulnerable with the ball carrying. But here you've gone neither. You got two Pestigores. You got a very deep, you got a very deep roster, and the Nurgle Warriors have a couple of Mighty Blow pieces, which is quite nice. No beast and Nurgle starting off with you played a bit of Nurgle in CCL. Tell me, how do you feel about that?
I think it's good. Like with the 3 rerolls, he's aiming for consistency.
Yep,
If you take in the beast, you gain a lot of team power, but you're sacrificing the consistency, and you're also kind of running without a Pestigore or something. And if you're looking to build kind of like long term, maybe it wants that consistency a little bit more, as well as having the 2 Pestigores to potentially get the SPP on. Although having said
yep,
that, you always want SPP on Warriors more than Pestigores, and he's doing a really good job of getting SPP on Warriors somehow.
yep. It looks like he's got two Roto MVP. Unfortunately, two Roto MVPs, which is never fun this early. They got 5 each.
Yeah, I was just
And
thinking, how did this guy manage to get to 13 SPP? But it must have just been MVPs and stuff, because he hasn't scored any touchdowns.
yeah, well, yes, he's got 4 Kaz and one MVP, so that's not too. That's a good effort. So Mighty Blow doing some work.
Might you blow a guard first on Nurgle Warriors?
Oh, if I'm running a beast, I'll take guard. If I'm running,
Or blow.
yeah, or that's a good point. Well, I think you just go. I think you take block second. I've seen people do run 2 and 2, 2 Mighty Blow, two guard, but I'll be tempted to take. I can't do a guard. It has to be 2 and 2 for me. But that's. I feel that not having the beast is you're giving up a lot of control, especially against elf teams. I mean, coming into the Big O Div 3, there's gonna be a lot of they're all gonna be fresh teams, and there's gonna be a lot of stunty teams as well.
Yeah.
Potentially you versus face. I think having that beast of tentacles and disturbing more disturbing presence as well, it just helps lock down weaker and quicker teams that otherwise you're gonna struggle against because you don't have movement, you don't have the agility as well. Um, like if you hunt down those pesticles, only AV8s, he's got no guard really to protect them. He's gonna be outrun pretty quickly. I mean, it just and you're banking on the attrition victory, which with no starting skills of block or anything like that, it's still pretty dangerous. Yeah, free rolls is nice, but there's gonna be a couple of games where he's just gonna get nothing going for him, and where block would be nice for. And if the Mighty Blow does nothing that game, what's his plan B?
Yeah. Oh no, yeah, I would tend to agree. Like, I'm in favor of the beast generally. I think what everyone has to remember though, in Eternal League, when you're picking Nurgle, you're not really picking to kind of go to playoffs in your first season. Kind of after your second season or maybe your third season, you can start aiming at moving up the tables a little bit. But with 2 Mighty Blow early on, if they switch on, who knows? You might end up just wrecking a couple of low armor value
Oh yeah,
teams.
yeah. He'll have games where he'll have a couple of games this season where he'll absolutely smash somebody. But I think this season it's early Nurgle. He may have some pretty early struggles.
All right then, let's move to the next team of Division 3A, which is Gluten Free by Nubs. Looks like he's chose to reroll, had enough of the Bretts apparently.
Understandable sometimes.
I did find it a little bit curious, like, it's like Nub's a tabletop player, and he's coming in, and he chose to play Brett's of all things. I was like, right, okay, but
Brett's is a really good team low TV. I can see why he would do it, but they seem like an incredibly frustrating team. Like they have on paper they look really strong, but just when you're actually playing, there's a little things that can just fall apart. Like for me, they rely too much on 3+s.
oh yeah, I agree. But moving on from his Brett's now to his new team, Gluten Free, the Dark Elves. This is kind of like the standard Dark Elf opener for well, there's two of them that you usually see. One of them is the slightly more kind of like noob friendly build, which is like the runner and 4 blitzes. And then there's
Yep.
this one, which is the Witch Elf and 3 blitzes. It just gives you a little bit more pressure down the sidelines, and starting with a Witch Elf is really good. It
Maybe
doesn't
a
have
bit more.
too many level ups on this team. It's got
No,
more
they've all
things.
gone through his lineman.
They've all gone through what?
All gone through his lineman, unfortunately.
That's true. Yeah, looking at the SPP, yeah, everything's gone down there. He does have a Blodge Blitzer, which, you got someone to carry the ball with. That's going to be reasonably difficult to take down early on. Um, Movement on the lineman, do you rate that? Or
Uh, well, I think the rule of thumb with movement is if it makes you if it turns your if the movement will make your player the quickest player in the team, you take it. Or if you're a team that lacks movement and you can really use it, I would take it. Four potentially you got players already faster than linemen, and you'll think after you get Seattle linemen, and which have to be at least 5 players quicker. So I'm not a fan of that. But look, he can make it work. I'm sure he can. But it may seem a little bit bloated for no real SPP at this stage.
oh yeah, like I'm one of the guys that thinks that Dark Elves are actually deceptively slow. Um,
They are like compared to other elves, they feel slow.
yeah, like I know like in Crusaders stream and everything, they're always like, oh, MA6 is standard and all this stuff. I'm like, nah, it's slow. Like, just that's
Well, you compare it to the Witch you compare it to Wood Elves and also like all the catches. High Elves have catches. The Wood Elves are generally quick. Like that's a hard comparison to make. But
the thing I compare
greater
it
vision.
to is humans. Like, in what other fantasy universe are humans faster than elves?
That's a fair point. But I mean, the trade-off is you can get potentially 4 blitzers as elves, which is awesome. Really, it's cost efficient for getting. It's a cost efficient way of getting 4 pieces of blodge.
Yeah, that's definitely something they've got up on the other elf teams. They give a little bit of movement, but starting with the 4 block and the 2 dodge on the witches, you've got potentially
No.
6 players that within like getting 1 level up all have blodge, which is
Yep.
definitely the strength of the dark elf team.
And probably witches are probably the best sackers in the game, in my opinion, just because they built their core skills revolve so well around it.
Yeah, I can agree with that. With Nubs being a tabletop player as well, and he's obviously played in a lot of tournaments and things. You would imagine he knows exactly how he's going to be building this team. How's this first couple of games gone? He's got 2 wins and 2 losses. Like 50-50 there. But
That's fine.
you can't really read too much into the Greenhorn Cup games. Like I know
No, it's
I
small
haven't been
development.
playing to win mine at all.
Yeah.
That's why I've got 4 draws out of all my games. So, but we'll come to me later. We can talk about that a bit.
Well, the important thing, yeah, it doesn't look like he's lost any players, which is the best part. Well, that's what AV8 for you, I guess. Pretty good. Rather than most of the elf teams, you're gonna have a few soft points.
Yeah, definitely. The huge, huge difference. That +1 from going from like AV7 to AV8 is big, and then yeah,
Yeah.
AV8 to AV9 that you normally play with, that's big too. So,
Ah.
but anyway, so that's Nub's team. Um, Next is the Rivendell Jets, coached by Haz 1079.
So, I quite like. I had a look at this earlier. Actually, I quite like this team setup. How we're looking already.
Come on, Blood Bowl. Give me the team. Okay, here we go. So you want to jump into this?
Yeah, he's got so his high off team. I mean, he's got some really good development on his positionals. That's what you can ask for from the Greenhorn Cup. Both blitzers have blodge. His catches, one has dodge, one has nurse of steel, which is nurse of steel more important than dodge early on. That's a battle. It will help his one turns, kind of like a bailout catch, but that's merit. It has merit. It is a double skill as well. If yet, so is it worth a double skill? Nurse of steel.
Not for me.
We'll come back to that. Enough of that. Yes, we'll come back to that because you can always look at it as because a lot of times you see catches with mighty blow or guard, which is pretty useful. You've got the higher thrower, which is the best throwers in the game once you get a bit of experience, and kick, which is fantastic. It was a good skill. Now it's even better now in the Legendary Edition. It's fantastic. Free rolls is very nice. Apo as well, so he's very solidly built. He's missing a few linemen, so he's sitting at about 20, 12, 30 TV with learners. Healthy looks like a healthy run on the Greenhorn. I think he had a really rough first game, but other than that, it's pretty good.
Yeah, his team looks like really solid actually. That's all. The first thing that jumped out at me was that's a lot of SPP he's managed to get,
Yeah,
and it's on the positions you want the SPP on as well. You're getting
yeah.
both
You want your
blitzes,
catches.
lodge early, yeah, the catcher level. You know, yeah, that's really huge. Has he been winning big or?
So he's had a few. So look, he lost his game 3-0 to I think that's Reese's team, Reese's Vamps. Um, but then then he had a 2-2 draw with Crusader, and he won 1-0 against Ogre, and he won 2-1 against someone else. Not sure who that team is. Like he's scoring well. Five scores in 4 games. It's just good blocks, good MVPs really.
Yeah, awesome. The,
Uh, Only thing I can see is it's just the way I use Nerves of Steel. That's the only thing I could possibly pick apart on that. I mean, it has merit because it's a catcher, and obviously it's now a pro health catcher for 10k more.
yeah, I'd still usually lean towards, like you mentioned, either like guard or mighty blow.
Yeah,
Again,
but
I've said it a few times. I'd have snapped Mighty Blow straight away and just been
yep,
right. I've got a killer I can protect now, and someone that can score
I think
easy to make like develop them to be even better. But
yep. I think as in points is I think having a mighty blow catcher is incredible because he's moving. He's look like stat on 8-3-4-7. That's an incredibly mobile killer.
yeah, well, we wish you the best of luck for the season. I guess I'm a little bit biased. So I'll say not too much luck, but we'll see.
And prove me wrong. Show me that Nerves of Steel work.
So the next team is Safe Moves First, which was a really interesting naming philosophy. I don't know if you've seen it. No, that's not them.
Because they've got they've got a couple spaces in between. That's why between safe moves.
Uh, nope. What's the coach name? It is Bush 289. And where are we at?
Yeah. Yep. Below the 1190 orcs.
Okay, got it.
Ah, good naming convention though.
It makes me wonder if this guy's a fan of like Fashbinder or something. Uh, but yeah, that's kind of like the stand. Well, this I wouldn't say it's the standard build, especially not in Rebel, but it's the kind of like the build that like Fashbinder and Jimmy Fantastic and a lot of the Twitch streamers kind of promote, which is 4 Blackhawks, 4 Blitzes, 3 linemen.
Yep.
Just
Very solid.
incredibly TV efficient. Like the downside of it is, yeah, you're going to be carrying on a blitzer and you don't have sure hands or something. And, an AG3 does fail pickups and things every now and again, but you know, this is really super solid already. And those all that mighty blowing guard right from the off is it's giving me flashbacks and nightmares. I'm telling you.
Early guard is such a good pickup for those blitzers. Plus, good pretty decent SVP on those Blackhawks early as well. I mean, he's got block on one, he's got the MVP on another one, so it's always good to get.
Yeah.
Wait. Yeah, so it's a really good development. I mean, Money Blow jump up as well, so you could have a pile on next for no potato, but
This is going to be horrible to cast, by the way. We're like,
yeah,
oh, no potato with the pass, no potato, and, oh, no potatoes made a
yeah.
block, no potatoes
No
injured,
potato died, man. Which one?
you know. I have spare thought for all the guys in the, the fantasy league, that, might want to
Oh
be
man.
choosing one of your players or something. But, but no, this player is clearly someone who, like, I saw some of his other teams' names, like, as they were coming in, so he's clearly a fan of, like, some of the Twitch streamers, which means that he's going to know how to play. And, like I said, a team like this is giving me flashbacks to another Orc team I played once upon a time in Division 3. And that game
Don't know
didn't
about them.
end well for me.
Who knows, man? Those guys must be some losers.
I don't think they'll be losers this season. But
Hopefully.
anyhow, let's keep moving because we've got a lot of teams to hit through, and I think you've only got like 45 minutes left. Is that right? Or...
So yeah, about that. We'll see. I'll try and stay as long as I can.
Okay, so the next team is SLP2 Scrub Harder, a Wood Elf team coached by Bobo Maggio.
Yeah, he was tier 3 of us a couple of years back. Then he dropped out. Good to see him back. He was a nice guy.
I don't remember, unfortunately. But this is a Wood Elf team. He has 2 rerolls, has his apple already, which is probably a good thing. 2 war dancers, thrower, and the rest linemen. And as you're mentioning, yeah, strip ball straight away.
That's been massive this year.
Yeah, that's going to be annoying, I think. Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, there's really not going to be many teams that are going to be running around with sure hands for quite a while, I don't think. And having, strip ball from the off is just going to be so obnoxious to deal with. It's probably going to do a lot of work for him. Apart from that, though, his team hasn't gotten that many skills on top of that.
I know he lost his dancer in the last game he played, which is a bit unfortunate.
Ah, right, okay.
The new improved broom ? How do you feel about no tree go? I know it's a hot debate for most Wood Elf coaches. Is do you tree or no tree? Personally, I do like using a tree just purely because it's your tree in the line is one less AB7 you got to put up.
Yeah, I like the tree, but not initially. I think that most of the tree builds make it harder to get everything else. Whereas if you take in the tree, you're getting awfully close to kind of like one reroll or the no reroll build. And if you're playing in like a long-term league, you want to kind of like protecting your players a bit more than that. Like the no reroll build can be incredibly effective at winning games if it works, but you're a couple of bad dice away from like
Disaster.
just you leap a dance into a cage, boom, dead. Like, right, what are you gonna do? Like, it's great in CCL because you can just delete the team and restart and go again. Whereas in something like this, you don't have that opportunity.
Yep, spot on there. How do you feel about the no catches on this team?
Most of the Wood Elf builds I've seen that are trying to be consistent either choose to start with a catcher or a thrower. Boba Maggio's determined that the thrower is the piece that he wants to start with, and that is more important. And I would tend to agree with him, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I guess you can pick an early leader would be nice. Get your third save TV for the so you save money on the third reroll. So you get your unpositionals. That makes sense, but I don't know. I reckon the catches it's easy. It's catcher brings a one turn opportunity that you might need early on.
Yeah, the catch brings you a bit more speed. But I
Yes.
think the good thing about the thrower is that you're getting SPP from passes, and you can also it makes it a lot easier to put the touchdowns on the players who you want to be scoring touchdowns.
Yep.
I think the catcher would SPP hog a little bit more. So
Um, the PSG's gotten a bit unlucky with his MVPs. He's got two linemen taking two each, Floorcloth and Sponge.
yep.
Which leads me to a question for you. As an elf coach, I've asked you this off screen sometimes, but I might as well get on the record. Dodge or block first on your lineman?
Full block and dodge.
Makes sense, yeah. Just reliability, or so I should say dodge slash wrestle.
Um,
Um,
I always find myself with linemen that are kind of like tied up. And being able to dodge away from that is great. And as I mentioned earlier, early on in the division, like just having dodge against most teams is as good as having bludge. You
yep,
know, like I said, like if they're hitting you with anything that doesn't have block, both downs a turnover anyway. So you don't mind that. So I like dodge. I know like yeah, everyone always talks about it and there's the big debate about it, but that's the camp that I'm in.
yeah. I'm likewise. I prefer going dodge first, just because it saves you early rerolls. It makes your team more mobile, and mobility early on is such a big strength.
Yeah. Okay, so let's keep moving. The next team is TBT, which is an
Yep.
ogre team coached by Private Griff.
This is one that this is Caleb's brother, if I'm not mistaken.
Playing ogres. Wow.
Hey man, he's got balls. I appreciate it. Be great.
Okay, so I think you've probably been playing Blood Bowl a little bit longer than me. Um, like I started when like Blood Bowl 2 came out, so I've never seen any of these like ogres and things before, really,
Oh, I think
except until Legendary
we're about
Edition came out.
this. I think we're about the same, honestly. I think I started playing like a month or so before number two came out, just starting a Legendary Edition. But so we're about the same, bit around the same experience. But Ogre's right. They're a hard team to play. I mean, it's. I think it's one of those teams, right? When everything comes together, it's fantastic. But it feels like a grind. A lot of the time.
Yeah.
Like break tackle is nice on Ogre, but the only problem is he's niggled, and that hurts. I mean, do you fire a niggle uh, Ogre? That's a big question. Do you?
Yeah. Probably not for me.
No.
It's like how many times are your ogres really going to be hitting the floor? And in this division, I think the majority of people are going to be running away from them rather than hitting them.
Yeah, that's a fair point. They'll be hunting those Noblars instead.
Yeah.
I mean, he's taken an absolute beating this season. I mean, if he's missing about two or three Noblars. He's got a niggled Ogre. I mean, he's got some decent experience on two of them. The guard is nice. Unlucky with no double so far. Four rolls is also very nice. You think he'd be saving for his fifth ogre, most likely.
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
he's probably gonna he'll be TV down most, so he'll probably be able to juice a wizard or maybe even more. Like if he's versus Dark Elf, he's gonna be about 500 TV down, no 400 TV down. What's that? That's brick and thumb, I think.
400 TV
Couple.
down week one. That's insane.
Yep.
Just thinking about that, it's like wow.
Well, I'm still hoping to see Shoelights versus Morka giving me 1K inducements.
That's a little bit that's Div one though. That's different. You can't
Yeah,
like
it'll be
having
funny though.
having both teams having played a maximum of 4 games and being 400 TV down is like what the hell.
Well, he hasn't done too bad actually. He's managed what? Ogre teams are pretty rough. He's gone 2-1 loss, 1-0 loss, 1-0 loss, and he had managed to draw in the last game. So he's done pretty well with his limited. We'll say with his limited resources. It's gonna be a tough season for him. I mean, if you can get his fifth ogre on the pitch, that'd be a big start. And if you can roll doubles, I mean, I just can't help with he's gonna be victimized. Like that's triple dance is gonna victimize him in this league. Like,
Yeah. I would tend to agree with that. Like, I think it's another team that if the dice go their way, they'll wreck people.
yeah,
But
there'll be one or two games where it just comes together perfectly, and he'll just bang on something, and it'll just be amazing. But it's gonna be a grind for him this season. Look, I wish him the best of luck.
yeah, I'm looking forward to watching them and seeing just what ogres can do. Okay, so the next team is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Goblins. I hope I've typed that in correctly. Yep, there we go. So this is an Underworld team coached by Good Day Nick. So again, this is another team I don't know a lot about, but what I do know a lot about is that these skills are looking awfully deadly already.
Yep.
You obviously these Skaven blitzers here. One has, Claw Mighty Blow, which I think that Ogre team's going to have to look out for.
He looks
And
very sad.
and Shredder has Tackle already as well. So he's got one Skaven Blitzer built to kill the Ogres and everything, and the other one built to hunt stunties, which is
I'm gonna call it out. He is gonna be a sleeper team. Like, I mean, Underworld they're they're not too bad early, but because their strength comes is that once they get a few mutations, they can are so versatile, so they can do anything pretty much. But I mean, early on, he's got some really good levels. Like dodge on his throw is very nice as well. On one of his main thrower, I'm presuming that's his carrier. Wrestle on the lineman is quite nice as well. Yeah, I'll say he might be a sleeper pick, my sleeper pick for this division. No offense, don't I?
no, it's fine. Yeah, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, yeah, that's a pretty strong build. I've got a pretty strong team right from the off.
Really tackles so good.
Yeah, 13
Like,
players as well. He's got
yeah,
bench, so he can afford to do his mass fouling if he's into that sort of thing as well. It's going to be.
yep, and he's got the 3 rerolls. He's got the Appa as well. I mean, once he gets, do you on that troll? Do you go something like guard or claw or something first? Assuming it's a normal roll.
I don't even know what they
that troll.
get. Did they get mutations on normals? Yes, they do.
Yeah, strength mutations on normals. The underworld troll is so strong.
Yeah, that's claw for me then. Absolutely more claw palm. Although he
Yeah.
might look at the division and think that he wants
You could take tentacles, man. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Tense as well. Like, guard 10 stand firm is stupidly strong.
Yeah, it's a troll, so he's got the regen too. It becomes like a mini Beast of Nurgle with that.
Yeah, he is like a Beast of Nurgle. It's just, yeah, he is. In fact, a Beast of Nurgle that can throw teammates as well, because he's got the goblins on his team as well.
Yeah.
Like, it's such a good piece for the Underworld. How do you go for his division? 3-1-2. Well, it doesn't really matter too much. He looks like just a lot of 2-1 grinding, would appear.
Nope, that's how you win Blood Bowl games. 2-1 grinds.
He got the last one he beat Trump actually was too bad.
Alright.
That's not a bad effort. I mean, take what you real. It's only Greenhorn games. People not may play it as seriously, but it's still a good effort.
Oh yeah, if you can boast something like beating Trunk, yeah.
He's no slouch.
But yeah, so another team that looks like they're going to be setting themselves up for a good season. Oh, right, yeah. The next team, not any good at all.
I think you're pretty familiar with this team, so let's listen to what you have to say about it.
Okay, sure. The thing that I want to point out first is I want to blame Twitch chat. It's Twitch chat's fault that I've ended up with a player with the same name as the another one. I was like, tell me one of the major arcana guys, and everyone's like the fool. I was like, nah, okay, I don't think I've got this one. Or if I did, I thought he was dead. No. So now I have two fools, which is
Just kind of
pretty
fools you.
amazing. Overall, though, I'm pretty happy with how this team's developed. The Magician got a huge 8 SPP in his last game, which was, or maybe even 9 or 10.
He got a lot of it actually.
But he got a lot anyway, which managed to get accurate. And I feel a lot better about the team with accurate. The
He got
M
9 that game. I just checked.
Yeah, the Empress is my pick of the players so far. I just find a huge difference between having Mighty Blow and not having Mighty Blow, and I'm really happy that I'm starting the season with Mighty Blow rather than without it. Aside from that, though, with a blodge catcher, it's someone that's going to reasonably be able to stand up, which with Nerfs of Steel, it doesn't really matter how many guys you mark with them, so I'll always have a scoring threat. And with the movement 9 catcher, I've got a reliable-ish one-turner. So, I'll just be able to kind of, grind out the games. Just focus on their offensive drive, just protecting my team, and then trying to, get the one turn, or if they give me 2 turns to score, take the score in 2 turns. And on offense, with a throw with accurate, I can stall pretty much as long as I want away out in the back. If he commits too many guys forward, I just throw over the top of them and then screen them off. That's kind of how I'm going to be looking to play.
No, sounds very solid. I will say a lot of the developments is on your looks to be towards your positions, which is always very nice. I mean, you've only got your other alignments. You got XP is either the dead or almost leveling up. This is the High Priestess, which is very nice. Any ideas what your next skill for the throw would be? There's a lot of debate. Some people will take leader, some people take dodge, some people take block.
I've been trying to probably dodge unless people start rolling tons of interceptions against me, and then I might just take safe throw out of rage.
Safe throw, yeah,
But
that's not good. It's not a bad idea. I mean, you've got Nose of Steel, so it's an option. So
yeah, I could do dump off and pretend I'm playing Dark Elves, but who knows? Dump off with plenty of Nerves of Steel catches around, that can't be too bad, surely.
uh, possibly. He's only moving 6, so he's might be hard catching up to him. I don't know. I'm sure you'll find a way to do it. Yeah, I really think it's a very solidly built team. I mean, good role so far, and yeah, looking forward to see what you can do with it this season.
Here's hoping.
Yeah.
Okay, so and the last team in Division 3A is the Shadows 2, coached by Zygmunt. The Shadows.
Dwarfs. Goddamn.
There's always one. There always has to be one.
Yep. That's a interesting build.
Go on then. I'll let you have that.
Okay, so 2 rerolls, I understand it. He's gone for all 6 blockers, which is fair enough. A Minotaur on the dwarfs, debatable. Some people love it, some people don't. I just personally, I'm not a fan because it doesn't get mutation access on normals, but it has a role, I guess. The extra strength is always nice. Only 1 center, and that's the thing I'll question, because bulls are the best piece, some of the best pieces in the game. Let alone, has he lost a piece, or did he just choose one to begin with? I mean, he's only played the 2 games, so I don't mean if he's lost a piece, it'd be really unfortunate. But
No death sustained. Of course, we can't
no,
see
because
if there's any career-ending injuries, but
yeah, but I would say he has to only pick one because he's only got 2 hobgoblins. I would say he probably he would have picked a third one to begin with.
would you be able? I don't think you'd be able to afford a bull with that kind of money. He's probably just lost a hobgoblin, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing. And going 1 bull, I think you're really handicapping yourself because you're committing to the blitz with the Minotaur, and I mean the bull having short hands means you're going to be carrying him, which is quite nice. But the other bulls is just so useful. That's my 2 cents, really. I mean, 2 rerolls. You get the reroll per about 2 or 3 games.
Yeah,
Your thought?
I would tend to agree.
You
I like the two bulls. Usually I hate the Minotaur, but there was at least in season 6 champion ladder there was a Russian Chaos Dwarf coach running around with two bull centaurs. One of them with strength 5, the other one had blodge, and he had a Mino. And he was just running around with these like three big guys, and it was incredibly obnoxious to deal with. You know, it was not easy to play against. So if Zygmunt can
yeah, I
kind of,
can.
emulate something like that, then, he might be able to put in a lot of work even with the minor.
Yep, I can understand that. I know it's just. I just think the second ball is the period is really really vital for Chorfs.
So yeah, the Bulls are the star players of the team.
Yep.
The quicker he manages to get that last bull, the better it's going to be for him. Chat was commenting on the two rerolls. I don't really mind two rerolls because you have to remember that 6 players on your team are dwarfs, so you
And he's
can
got short hands as well.
yeah you can reliably put your dwarves anywhere, and you're going to be able to get some pretty easy blocks and things with them.
Yeah, and you're picking up with a ball with short hands, so you're not burning any rerolls there. I mean, you may not pick it up, but you're still not burning rerolls.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it's always a question: do you go the third reroll over this for this or take the six blocker? I mean, I went the three rerolls in my clan league, and I could not get that blocker for a very long time, and I kind of regretted it. But at the same time, the six it is really useful to have three rerolls.
You can start with all
Yeah.
6 blockers and 2 bulls, can you? You start with two
Only
rerolls.
if you want to go all blockers, you're limiting rerolls there.
Yeah, I think my start with Chaos Dwarves is normally like the 6 dwarves, the 2 bulls, and 2 rerolls with no Apo, and that's.
Yep, I think that's more of a standard build.
But anyhow, with the Mino, if the Mino switches on, yeah, Minotaur's gonna do some damage. So for Zygmunt's sake, we'll hope that it does. Apart from when you're playing me, please. Okay. I'm a little bit biased in this division, so I'm not really gonna comment on this. But if you got anyone that kind of like stands out that you're looking forward to see or something, who's your pick for Division 3A? That's not me,
Oh,
please.
well, okay. Well, coming into this actually, I'm gonna be 100. I did think your team was my initial pick for this one because there's only 2 playoff spots available for all these 3 teams, so it's going to be a really hotly contested race here. My original pick was one of those picks was your team, like it or not. That failing, I do like the looks of either Safe Moods first or the Teenage Mutant Ninja Goblins as well as the sleepers
Yep,
coming out.
I think they're pretty solid picks. I think it's definitely gonna be a fun division to play in. I think we're all looking forward to getting into our season games and playing. So
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely.
Okay, now on to Division 3B. The first team is All Just Numbers, which is a Wood Elf team coached by Tito Andy.
Oh man, they got banged on.
All Just Numbers. Yeah, they got banged on. He seems to have been prepared for them being banged on, considering he's named his players after numbers. Oh, all just numbers, right? Okay,
Yep.
0102.
Well,
That's what we're doing, is it?
his dancer's only MSG, which was not too bad. Could be worse. You think those 2 linemen will probably be getting fired? Maybe. AV6 is pretty horrendous. Blood's
Yeah.
lineman is nice. AG5 is really on alignment's quite nice as well. And he's got the tree, which is great.
Unlucky for some, yeah. That's 12 players total then, which is an interesting start. Yeah, wonder how he's managed to fit all that in actually. But
How many games has he played? Well, he's gone. He's played all 4 games, so
yeah, but like Wood Elf linemen are not cheap with 70k. I wonder if he kind of like bought one, or whether the Thor was an addition or something. You know,
Possibly.
but like Wood Elf teams are incredibly strong early with like the amount of like
Yeah.
dodge and blodge that they can get just from the off. They're always going to be a strong team. Um, Unfortunately, he's down at Dancer, but you would still expect like any kind of like Wood Elf team to be able to do well. You got anything else you want to comment on this one?
No, I think that's just a standard Wood Elf team. I mean, a bit unlucky with the early injuries, but we'll see how he can recover.
Okay. So the next team is Green Heathen Army, the. Please don't make me type in the. Oh, I'm putting it in the wrong place. Ah, dear.
Uh,
Okay, Great Heathen Army, which is a Norse team coached by Sir
okay.
Pickles, which,
I think he re-rolled his team at the last. He had a last re-roll
yeah, he must have.
until
This is completely
this is
fresh,
fresh.
so yeah.
Yep.
I think we agree with. Well, I would agree with this build. Would you agree with this build?
Yeah, exactly how I'd build ones. Berserkers are great. Orphaniers are great. No Yeti. It's not a bad choice, I guess. If you're in if you're in an agi div where where your claw's not going to do much. I mean, this is a really reliable build, and you think he's only 20k from Napa for next game, so you probably pick it up as well. Yeah, I think it's really solid. And Norse are very solid early on, so I think he'll have a good run pretty early, unless he runs into like a meat grinder pretty early on. So he might have a good season.
Yeah, I agree. Unfortunately, there's not much else we can say about that team. So let's move on to Monty's Tossbots. Okay, so Monty's Tossbots is a halfling team coached by Skyblue Monty.
Yes.
I think it's pretty standard. You just have your two trees, you have a whole bunch of halflings. The thing that actually jumped out to me, to my eye straight away, was the two cheerleaders and the two coach assistants here. If
That's not.
this is his team, oh yeah, it is. He's joined the Big O. I was talking in chat. Okay. Um, with 850 TV, that's 150 in inducements. Or is there like a certain rule with like halflings or something? I don't remember.
I remember it was a goblins that add 150 TV to your spin, I think, but I'm not sure how it works. I think halflings is just fine.
Oh yeah, that won't do anything in ReBBL anyway, would it? That's just
Yeah, no.
okay. Right, okay. So yeah, with 150 TV, that's a chef, isn't it? So potentially,
Chef. Oh yeah, yeah, it is Chef Halflings today at a discount.
yeah. So whoever he's going to be playing against first is going to be getting some of their rerolls stolen off them in all likelihood. But
God, just highlight Claude Bottom. Look at that smile. That is a face of evil. Holy shit! Look at that thing, man. I want every opponent to have a look at that face and be like, he watches you. That thing's watching you sleep, watching you plan your plays. Holy shit!
Bribe is 100k, says chat. So thanks for that.
Yeah, it's a fresh team as well, because he's just made up. God, I love watching halflings play because there's never such thing as a bad halfling game. You either see some absolute bullshit or you see a lot of dead halflings.
Yeah, as I mentioned though, like dodge is remarkably good early on. Unless you're
Yes.
running into that Norse team that's just got full of like block at the start, you've effectively got blodge against all of it. So
Oh, good. Look, if that North team and Halving play first round, there's gonna be a lot of dead players because those trees are gonna have a massive game for them to win, and those Halflings are gonna be copying a lot of casualties. So, look, as a neutral, I want to see that. As both these coaches, I'm sure they both don't want to see that. But...
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, coached by Sky Blue Monty, who I'm pretty sure we all know and knows how to play. So, yeah, let's move on. Keep the pace up. And the next team is, oh, another team that I think we know quite well. It's Yuta and Roshi's Bear School.
Yep, and I will say, where is your level?
Oh yeah, we had to shame him for that, didn't we?
Yeah, shame. Don't your levels up.
You want to have a whack at this one?
Yep. So, I'm not too knowledgeable at the Kislev or Slant, but the concept to me seems really solid. Block is always a good choice, especially because there's no defensive skills. Dodge on a catcher to maximize that at G4 is very nice as well. Um, yeah, like I said, I think Crusader, he was lamenting the fact that he has about 3 players that are 1 SPP away from leveling up, and that his last game was a concede. He had
Right.
the admin win, so he's all these players are very close to leveling up. It's gonna be really interesting to see how they work because they don't play conventionally. Like nothing, like screens aren't really particularly effective against him because they have to sleep over the screen. That blitzer though is a talking point for what you're gonna level as. Like, do you want block for reliability, or do you take tackle because there's a lot of dodge in your div, or do you take mighty blow because mighty blow is great, or do you take dodge for mobility, or it's like there is so much potential you can use of these blitzers because there's such a wide skill access. I mean, even something like I think even a frenzy piece would be incredible. Like leap frenzy, jump up. Like nothing is safe.
I don't know. You gotta take block first, right? Until you can get like 4 blocks with block at the start,
Like
right?
I would be tempted to take tackle personally because I'm in a stunty slash dodgy division. But I like or money blow even if you're versus. It depends who his first opponent is. Like if he's versing the halflings, you take tackle. If he's versing like anything softer, you take money blow. If you take anything like a Norse, you take block. It's a lot of versatility, which is really going to be good to watch.
You know, Crusader has said he's waiting to see who he gets before he rolls his
Yep,
level up. So
smart.
yeah, we
He's gonna
can
scum it in.
speculate all we
He's
want,
gonna
but
he's gonna scum it in.
4 rerolls is the only other interesting thing I see when I'm looking at this.
Nah, that's standard because rerolls are cheap. The alignment are cheap for 60k. The rerolls are only 50k. So, and you're gonna need them for when you fail leaps because 3+s will fail occasionally. Occasionally, as in almost every action, if you're having a bad day. And yeah, shouldn't be too bad. Like, only thing interesting is he hasn't gone the bear yet. I mean, that's kind of a preferable thing. It's like it's not. It's a bear as a crocs, but on a team that's not as squishy as that doesn't need the crocs as much as lizards do. I don't not as bad.
Yeah, I see that as like the teams that come across in CCL not starting with the bear seems to be standard. So
So
yeah.
the problem is, I know he's taking up. Would you buy the third blitz or would you buy the second catcher if you're a Crusader in this case?
Yeah. Has to be the blitzers,
Like cat,
surely.
yeah. Well, blitzes are more like blitzes have such a wide access. They're more core to your team, but catchers win games. So it's kind of like the old thing. Stormvermin or gutter runners really. Like what do you want to develop? Spend more time developing.
Fair play. Okay, so I'm sure Crusader, you'll see plenty of Crusaders team on his stream. So we'll keep moving on. The next team is Peacock Blockers, coached by Cynical Energy.
God damn it! There had to be one, didn't there?
And it's an Amazon team.
Yep.
Yeah. So I played my first Amazon team ever in the Greenhorn this season. And I was like, what the hell? These guys start with 4 blood straight out the pack. Like, what? And yeah, that blodge worked out good for them. And you just look at this team, man. So many skills already. There's like 6 blodges there. And a
It's
movement
like more
thing.
so bullshit, isn't it? It's like, well, the movement is incredibly useful because Amazons are a slow team. Like, you think of all that they play like an edgy team, right? With all this dodge, but an edgy an AV 7, but god damn, moving 6, it feels it's like you're playing with like it's like playing with like edgy busted Dark Elf linemen.
Yeah.
Like all the bloods is good in the world, but if you can't run an orc blitzer, if you can't run an orc blitz, like if you're not running orcs, you're not going to be doing very far. Like, because 1 and 9s will happen, and like ships will break with AV7, it will break. But in saying that, is blodge is incredibly useful to have because there's going to be very little tackle. So far, I think we've only seen two off the side in the other div. We've seen maybe 2 tackle pieces so far.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the busted AV hurts on the lineman, but
Yeah, I think the start of the season is going to be Sunday G's time to shine with this team. I think it kind of like, unless you get like a ton of stat freaks, the longer the division goes on, the more tools that people get, they're going to start to be able to deal with some of this. But until that point, having this much blood, it's going to win you games. Like, just straight up, it's going to happen. I mean, that was my
yeah,
old Dark Elf team. That was my entire strategy, was minimize dice by getting lots of blodge. And, I managed to keep up with, 17, 1800 teams at about like 14, 1500 TV. So having this much blodge early when everyone's only got like 1k TV, then yeah, you're going to be fine. But anyhow, that's the Amazons. Moving on again. The next team is Remasters of Div 1. Looks like Yasmi is back again.
oh man, I love these. I love these names. They're fantastic.
Is there a space between Div and 1 or not? Yeah, there is. Oh, right, okay. I see what's happening here. Oh, dear. Okay. Ladiswan is my favorite, I think.
Yep, that are that all sprinting thongs.
Oh, dear. So, looking at the team for a second, yeah, we have basically what we said I think would be our standard chaff build earlier with the 2 bull centaurs, 6 chaff blockers, 3 hobos, 2 rerolls in the upper.
Yeah, this is very traditional build.
And this is Yasmir, who's already done 1 season as Chaos Dwarves, so he clearly knows how to play them. And with
Yep,
all of
got
these,
banged on. Poor guy. He got banged on last season really bad, like ridiculously banged on.
yeah, I think everyone in this division must be hoping that that Amazon team draws against this team first.
Oh god, everyone part of the Amazon team, because that Amazon team actually played against a Chorf team and they lost pretty badly.
It's not hard to understand why that would be the case.
Yeah. Oh god.
But yeah,
That's...
yeah, like Yasmin knows what he's doing with this team. This team's pretty standard. The names are amazing, so yeah, I hope that they do
Look, man,
well.
I want him to win just purely so that the players can see the rest of his awesome names. They're fantastic. They're doing Papa Nice.
Yeah, Papa Nice is really good. Yeah, too.
Yeah.
Snipe C, yeah, they're all good. They're all just really good.
Yep.
But anyway, let's keep moving. Next team is Scrape and Sand Skelly Snakes, which I know a little bit about because I was playing them yesterday. It's coached by Drac Tactics. Except for this is like the most annoying team name in the world to type.
This is search for the coach.
Oh, good, I got it. Yep, so this is a team coached by Drac Tactics, who's been having a bit of bad luck, it's fair to say. He's
Yeah.
down to 3 Tomb Guardians. He has a block Tomb Guardian, but it's been armor busted, so already it's just AV8, which I'm pretty sure he has to keep. He has 2 Blitz Ras. One of them was MNG yesterday, so now it's back. Ready for the start of the season. And he's got a throw Ra with block, who, yeah, picked up the ball every single time, as Kenry throw Ras always do when I'm playing against them.
He's the one.
He's the one, yeah. And he's got 12 skeletons as well. 12 skeletons? No, he's got up to 12 players in skeletons, which means that, you know, he can potentially foul or something as well.
Yeah. So it's, 2 of them got MVPs, unfortunately, but that means he's just one away from a dirty player. I don't think you're going to be banning passing anytime soon, but hey, who knows? Camry things happen.
Kenry things do indeed happen. Yeah, he rolled an intercept against me yesterday. I was not amused. Like,
That was great. No, that's
so,
actually that's right. That one of them's actually not an MVP. One's a touchdown and an interception, isn't it? Not an MVP.
yeah, one's a touchdown interception, yeah. Yes, it is. um, Statistics, how'd he do? 1 win, 2 draws, 1 loss. Again, you can't look into too much of the Greenhorn kind of, you know, results, but
This one for fun, really. An SVP.
yeah, and it's
Looks
Drac
like he's
Tactics as well. Drac Tactics just does whatever he feels like, you know, and he's such a good guy to play against, honestly. Like, he's one of these guys that you'll do something cool and he'll spend a couple of minutes just telling you how cool that thing you did was. He's such a great guy.
yeah. He plays for the love of Blood Bowl, not because he's not he doesn't want to min max. He plays because he enjoys it, which is the best way to play.
Okay, so, moving on again. The Urkwood Innuendos. That should be okay. Got them.
First.
Oh wow, okay. I'll let you have this one.
I'm still trying to get it up. Doesn't want to cooperate with me.
Alright, okay, I guess I'll cover this one. So this is a really interesting starting build. A lot of good stuff that I really like, and then some stuff that I'm like, eh. So we have an assassin,
Oh God.
3 blitzers, a runner, and a witch elf. The assassin, of course, is on 0 SPP. If we have a look at like casualties inflicted by the assassin, just a second, see if he's actually doing much. 5 injuries inflicted.
Holy shit! He's breaking armor 5 times.
uh,
Damn, man, that's from he's only 4 of them stabs because he's only done 1 block. Good on him. I mean,
his 3 blitzes, his pick of the bunch being Mike Rutch, who already has Mighty Blow, which is amazing. Yeah, go you, Mighty Blow Dark Elf blitzes. It has the runner with dodge. I'd have been tempted to take pass first on the runner just to make jump off a little bit more reliable. But you know, dodge is good too if you're rebuilding in a more like defensive manner. For dodge is obviously good for the defensive drive as well because if he gets targeted, he's not going to go down as easy. And he has a 1 SPP Witch Elf that's obviously done a pass at some point.
yeah, it's also MVP range, which is quite good.
That's 12 players, 1250 TV. He's still got some key pieces to buy as well, so that's going to blow it up, and a 3rd reroll to get. So it's even more bloating up. So this is another team that I think is going to get a lot of TV very fast.
So how do you feel about this team? To be honest, I not a fan of the assassin, but hey, if he likes it, he do what he likes. Um, it is really bloaty, this team, for something that has very little skills in it. I mean, the mighty blow is very nice, but other than that, doesn't have much for that much TV.
Yeah, when I'm playing kind of like like Dark Elves, I try to make them as like compact as possible. I also have a little rule to myself that I don't like having more than two AV7 pieces on a Dark Elf team, just
Yep.
because I think things can get a little bit crazy sometimes, and it becomes a struggle to protect them. If you have more than two, whereas two protecting two is pretty much manageable all the way through the game. Um, the stuff that he does have though, like if you kind of ignore some of the flare picks a minute, but he's got block on alignment, great. He's got the mighty blow blitzer. He's still got a halfway decent core, even with some of the flare picks. So I think he's especially with in a division full of like stunties and AV7 and stuff. You can actually maybe the assassin will switch on and do some work, and maybe that'll lead to him winning some big games.
If he has a half lane team straight up, there'd be a lot of stabs.
I'd be a little bit tempted to bounty the assassin, just to kind of make the team a bit better. But
Well,
yeah.
it's a fitting name, mate. It's a fitting anal prober, the assassin,
Yeah, I didn't get that. Reading that now. Okay.
just
Yeah.
stabbing everybody. That's what
Oh,
it is.
that's okay. Yeah, I'm looking at all the names now and going, yeah, okay, that's where we're going with this, is it? Uh-huh. It's like, yeah, it's you just been watching too many Simpsons episodes. But okay, let's keep going. After the awkward innuendos, it's the rat way to go. Which is a Skaven team coached by Jamis McGamus.
Yep, that's
Uh,
some of these nothing. Yeah, it actually looks pretty solid. On guard on the gutter runner, it's quite nice.
yeah, I like this build. So yeah, he's got the mighty blow and the storm vermin. Great standard pickup, and you've got your primary blitzer right there. And the other storm vermin, doesn't look just your SPP hasn't really switched on for him yet. And the thing I like though is that with all those different skills in the gutter runners, it's clear he has a plan of what he wants to do with these gutter runners. And I really like the fact that when Skaven players, they have an idea that they've got roles in their head and like they want one gutter runner to do this and one gutter runner to do that. You don't obviously force your picks on it and be like this gutter runner's gonna do this, and then when he rolls something you like that goes outside of that, you have to like adapt them obviously,
Yep.
but with this you've kind of you've got a core, you can see kind of what's going to be happening with it, and I really quite like that.
Yeah, it looks really solid. I mean, Skaven's very early on is very nice. Again, the lack of tackle outside the Chorf team is it's gonna be a really hard team to beat early on, as most Skaven are. That guard is such a good pickup early on too. Like mobile guard is how do you stop? That's a assist anywhere you go. That's gonna be a 2 dice on the ball for almost anywhere you go. Really.
Yep. Oh no, it's amazing. It's really, really good. Um,
Yeah, and no real waste SVP on the lineman as well. They all go into his positionals, which is very nice.
does have 120k in the bank. Chat's debating about whether he picks something up or whether he gets some extra linemen, a little bit of a
I think
bench.
yeah, I think it's worth getting it at least sinking 50k into a bench. I think there's some merit in that, and say the other 70 for replacing the eventual replacements coming. That you have to do. I mean,
Yeah,
gutter runners actually are relatively cheap for what they're worth. Only 80k, I think, to buy one. That's not bad. Like if you buy a lineman, and 70k left. You still got enough to replace a potential dead gutter runner. Even if you lose the game.
Yeah. All right then. So moving on to the next team, Trotsky's Nancy Boys. Can I just copy and paste these names? Please tell
You
me I
can
can.
actually.
Oh, holy shit. I've been doing things the hard way. This is so much better. So, an Elf Union team by Scaris.
Boy. Yeah, they don't look as developed as a couple other ones we've seen early on. That probably comes from he's played the 3 games, so he's lost 2 and drawn once. Has he lost any players? He hasn't taken any deaths. He's taken a few casualties. So maybe a fired player or so, but yeah, that's not all SPP on his team. I mean, how's he doing scoring wise? He's only scored 2 touchdowns in 3 games. So he's probably a bit of trouble there, most likely. That makes sense actually. But yeah, you're looking at catch is still unskilled. The strong arm thrower is incredibly good. I mean, you give him accurate, and he just sits from anywhere he likes in the backfield and throws another 2+ or a 3+ with a reroll. And Gone Bloods with the blitzer, pretty solid, if not spectacular yet. He's got his 3 rerolls. He's got his Apo. He's got money in the bank to pick up a third catcher, I guess, if he wants, or ready for replacements after the first game. Your thoughts, Tomo?
Much the same as you. A bit SPP light, but you know, it's a pro elf team. You know, they can score
Yeah.
touchdowns. You know, if you give them half a chance, it's what they're built to do. So, you know, this lack of SPP I think could change very, very quickly. Even if you look at like, you know, even Chairman Mao's just like a vanity pass away from leveling.
Oh, you think you think that you can get both catches in his next game? Feed 2 touchdowns to Mikhail and Sherman just as a Vanley, and that's 2 levels straight away. Or you can give one to his blitzer. Actually, do you prioritize your blitz levels or your catcher levels?
I'd prioritize blitzer levels at the start, just because having like blood steppers and stuff can just be incredibly obnoxious. Like
Yep.
it's easy to put SPP on catches as well, just from like you know, from times when you know you need someone in scoring position, your catch is in scoring position because they're so fast, and yeah, that's how you get SPP with them. Whereas if you have the choice ever at all, like I'd put the SPP on the blitzer.
Sounds pretty solid. Plus, you want your blitzers to start getting more chances of rolling doubles for that money blow.
Absolutely, yeah. I love mighty blow on catches too, but yeah.
Yeah, that's
A lot of people say that God is actually better on blitzes, which yeah, I
it's
don't mind
there.
having like a blood step guard piece. I think could be really good.
I can definitely see the merits behind it. Like it's always a hard call early on. Guard versus money blow. It comes down to preference, really.
Yeah, for me, it just depends how the rolls have gone. Like I would always get your first double being mighty blow and your second one just from then on guard. Although I'm trying to fit like a frenzy piece into my team somewhere. I haven't decided how that's gonna come, but SPP on blitzes, yeah, SPP on blitzes is good. Let's hope you get some
Sounds
more
solid.
SPP on blitzes. Okay,
Wish him best of luck.
next team. Under what I'm copy and pasting this. You guys can see what it's called.
This is the Underworld team, and we got returning face coach in this one, the Julian. He looks like he's rerolled his dwarfs.
There's 3 seasons in a row he's been in with a fresh team. I wonder if this is
Yeah,
the
with
one that
Reds
sticks
and
for him.
hopefully, well, his team looks pretty fresh. I mean, he's really spread out, so no real levels yet. Trolls went away. Splits the Vanley passed away. Throwers eventually passed away. He's got a wrestle goblin, so he's picked up doubles, which is quite nice. You'd probably think that would probably be a sacker.
Yep.
Give him 2 heads, and hopefully another double of Dauntless.
Oh god. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Two heads goblins. No, burn it, burn it. Like,
Yeah, that's what makes him strong.
oh no way. Okay,
Yeah, if
yeah,
you want
I've just developed like a new appreciation for this like team. Like,
Underworld, yep. You can even go if you can even go the long legs and leap. But remember, if you really felt like it too.
uh, right.
Like that,
Okay.
like you can make a half decent interceptor with the ball. Like interceptor, you get long legs, catch, and leap, and you're catching the ball on I think it's a 55% catch.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
So
But yeah, no levels on this. No, on the only level being wrestle, but you know, he's another one that if he gets a couple of casts in a game, scores a couple of touchdowns and stuff, the team goes from being like very skill light to having skills
it's
everywhere.
exploding. It's on
Yeah.
the brink. Like it's on the brink from uh generally you want your lineman, your scaven lineman on the team. They play a very important role because one of the few people who they have general access that you probably don't want to take it, you probably actually end up taking a general skill on because you see your blitz is doing what you give me a block, claw, mighty blow, throwers getting past and show hands and hopefully dodge like that. But your lineman, they're going to take your wrestles because you don't want to wrestle. You're going to be fouling goblins with a fouling, and he's got a deep enough offense to do it. He's got the 4 rerolls, which is quite nice as well. Troll, it's debatable. Do you want him as a killer or roadblock? I mean, both are really optional, and the mutation makes both even better. Um, Underworld, it's a lot. I love it because there's a lot of potential with Underworld teams. Uh, so, yeah, he's record in the Greenhorn. He at 1-1-1-1-1. Now his only loss coming was a pretty rough one. Looks like a 3-0 to Vampires, which is interesting.
Yeah. Does he have another game or does he called it quits on
I'm
Greenhorn? Yeah, he's
no,
called it
he's called
quits.
he's
He's
he,
in the Big O. So.
yeah, yeah, good on him. Get in the big O, get his tickets sent out so he can start the leagues and so you can find who your opponent is first.
Alrighty then. Yeah. Best of luck to Julian there. Um, and that
I'm probably gonna
was
head up.
Div
So
3B. You've got to go, do you?
yep, just about man. I've got to get ready for work soon. But before I leave, man, I will say, who's your pick for out of this one? Who's your top couple picks you reckon will do well?
Um, Probably Yasmir. I'm really hoping that this is Yasmir's year, and I think with his his Chorfs, he's already built to kill like a lot of teams in this division, and I like seeing stunties die, so I'll be rooting for Yasmir.
I would love to see him win just because I think he's a good coach. But I do believe that the Great Heathen Army, the Norse team, Norse is so strong early TV, especially with not many teams. A lot of teams in this tier are gonna need doubles for block, where he has an absolute gluttony of block. If not, barring that, they'll go the opposite end, go the Amazons as well, just purely because Amazon BS is incredible, and if he's gonna do well, for the Amazons to do well.
Oh, right then. So, XS, thanks very much for coming today. I know we're going to
No,
be it's been hard squeezing in the time and everything. I hope you're not late for work or anything. So.
oh no, no, no. Look, I'll be fine. Look, appreciate you letting me come on, man. I wish you guys best of luck, and yeah, look forward to the season beginning.
Yep. Awesome. Cool.
Catch you later.
Yep. Catch you around. Is there anyone in Twitch chat that wants to come on and help me finish this? If not, I'm probably gonna pull the plug on it until I've got someone else to kind of cast with me for the rest of this. Because going through it myself is just gonna be a little bit boring, isn't it? Boring
No.
for me. Do you want to help me then, John?
Sure, why not? Okay. I'll help you. I'm sure you
uh,
can see the finger quotes there.
all right then, you help me. You know how to have a look at the teams and everything in game, right? Or you can just
I
have a
can
look at
just
them
watch
via
your
my
stream.
stream. Okay. So, Division 3C, the next team is, or the first team in Division 3C is the Cold Coast Creeps, which is another Sam Slade team, keeping up his whole Cold Coast theme that he's been doing all the way through it.
So that's not much for now.
Yep, he's had the Cold Coast Cutthroats, and then in the Greenhorn there was the Cold Coast Cardiology, which is apparently being binned, and now he's playing the Cold Coast Creeps, which is, when it comes up, an Underworld Denizens team with absolutely no players at all. He
Well then,
has 3 rerolls, an Apothecary, and that's it. Although that can't be right. It's saying his team value is 850. What?
it's a ghost team.
Hang on. I'm reloading this in case it was just a Blood Bowl error. No? Oh, 740 in the bank. Right, okay. Yeah, I think you're gonna have trouble winning games with no players. So Sam, best of luck with you on that one.
I mean, 11 journeyman, so it's like got something at least.
Anyway, let's move on to the next team then, which is a Goblin team coached by Ecstasy Bliss, called the Goofy Gobbers. No, the Goofy Goobers.
Very important distinction.
So yeah, this is a Goblin team with 3 rerolls. It has the 2 Trolls, a Fanatic, a Loony, a Pogoa, and all the rest are Goblins for a total of 13 players. I don't really know much about Goblins. Like, have you seen much of them in CCL or anything, John? Or
Yeah, I've played a couple of them. I think there's a lot of secret weapons that he's got. Well, the Fanatic and the Full God. Hang on, I need to zoom in the screen. I can't read it. Oh yeah, and of course the Looney's got the chainsaw. Yeah, wait, his TV being low is going to be good because he can get more bribes. Because he's going to want to keep in particular, it's always the Fanatic that seems the biggest problem. Until he falls down, which always happens.
yeah, of course, if the Fnatic goes down, he's removed from the pitch. Yeah, the weakness of Goblin teams is obviously, scoring quickly against them, and that removes their their secret weapons from the field. For the guys in chat, this team has 2 draws, 1 loss. Officially, they've played 5 games, so it looks like there's been a few friendlies and things in there at some point. Probably against who's it's either after the game was remade or something. I don't know. But Goblin teams are just built to kill people, and if the team like switches on and kills people, then yeah, sure, like go for it. The only level up that we've got here is Goofy Goober number 8 that has a movement increase. As XS mentioned earlier, if your player becomes the fastest player on your team, then you take movement. So that's what he's chosen to do there, with this guy having movement 7. But yeah, I think a lot of this is gonna for goblins. For me, it depends on how just the dice go. Like if the dice go really well for them, they can just kill people and like end the game like remarkably quickly. But if the dice go against them, then as with all AB7 teams, I think they might just explode. Anything else you want to say about this team, John?
Not really. Just the naming conventions a bit. Yeah.
Alrighty then. Next team is Changelog and the Hamufaitazu. You actually got the 2 people in Discord that could probably pronounce this correctly straight from the off.
I need to see how it's spelled.
So yeah, this is the Ham Fighters that were re-rolled into the Hamufaitazu. So it's just a completely fresh team from here. Changelog was killing teams in the Greenhorn though. I think there was at least 2 teams that re-rolled after playing this team. So then this team's re-rolled itself as well, you know. So, you know, whatever happens, you can expect firework from this team with this coach. So that's all we can really say about that, since it is a fresh team. Yeah, guys in chat, yeah, they were super killy. I'm looking forward to casting a whole bunch of these games, and you can probably blame me for this one, because I'm pretty sure Changelog is someone that saw my recruitment in the gaming thread for the teaching program that I'm on over here in Japan. So this one's probably on me, being my fault. But anyway, moving on a little bit. The next team is the Mohawk Masqueraders. Oh god, I clicked on that again. There we go. So this is Elf Union team coached by Majestic. Which is another fresh team. So again, we don't have much to talk about here, John. It's just 2 blitzers, a thrower, 2 catches, the rest linemen, 2 team rerolls with an apothecary. The only point...
What's surprising is that it's going to be an elf team that's actually starting with all his players. Wow.
Oh, there's been a few of them. Well, this is the first Elf Union team I think I've seen with all their players, but, you know, there's been like a few Dark Elves and things that have all their players. But the only choice, like the only build choice I've seen so far in this is whether you go 2 rerolls and an apothecary or 3 team rerolls. I always tend to go towards like the 3 team rerolls and get my apothecary after my first game. But you know, there's absolutely nothing wrong with starting with the apothecary with the amount of 87 that you've got. You know, things are probably going to be going splat. Mirascado, Mr. Admin, is saying that Division 3C are mostly fresh teams and not Greenhorn teams. So I think we're going to be seeing just a lot of kind of, you know, like fresh teams from here. There seems to be an effort from the admins to balance it. What's fantastic?
I don't have to actually analyze.
Yeah, just listen to me rattle on and, you know, try and make me sound funny sometimes. The next team is the Sassy Soviets, a Kislev team coached by 420 Nochin. So this is a Kislev team, which is actually, you know, 1220 team value. As we mentioned earlier, 4 team roll seems a little bit stand on Kislev. They look like they've got a little bit of damage done to them though. There's a blitz that's been knocked down to AV7, another one that's been knocked down to movement 6, a lineman that's been knocked down to movement 5. Is that a niggle as well, or is that just the... Oh, that's just a movement bust. He does have block on a catcher and guard on a catcher. Is that a double? Yes, it is on this team. So yeah, Kislev are gonna be like, I'm looking forward to watching Kislev because I think some really strange stuff is going to happen. But I'd be questioning how many of these players he would keep. I think you could probably make a case for getting rid of both of those blitzes, honestly. Like, minus movement on the lineman, I think you don't really mind too much. But, you know, minus AAV and minus movement on blitzes is probably a firing for me. What do you think, John?
Probably, but if he does that, when's he going to get his bears? He needs the bears. That's what I want to see on all these Kislev teams. I don't know if I've seen any bears yet.
Yeah, the bear can jump too, can it? I haven't seen it.
Can it?
I think so, yeah. I haven't seen a bear jump yet. Funnily enough, in like previous versions of Blood Bowl, like you questioned me once about why I called them frogs. That's because traditionally they were slan. They weren't actually Kislev. So they were kind of, you know, like little lizardy frog things. That's why they had leap and everything all over the place. And the bear wasn't a bear, it was a Croxagore that could jump. So I would have really liked to have seen the Crocs jump. Oh, they can take leap on doubles. Okay. Mirascadu dropping the knowledge there. Okay, so yep, that's all we can really say about this team. I'd probably be getting rid of the blitzes. We'll have to see if 420 Notion does or not. Next team is a Khemri team, Skellycuns. So this is another fresh team. I'm pretty sure Findeco's going to be happy about that, or John as I've been calling him. We have a Throw Ra, 2 Blitz Ras, all 4 Tomb Guardians. Jeez, there's 4 of them? Yep. That's the first time we've seen 4 of them here. And 5 Skeletons. What was that on Discord? Okay. And yeah, this is just another fresh team. 2 rerolls. I don't like the Throw Ra start. Okay, what's wrong with the Throw Ra start, guys? You don't want people, being able to pick the ball up. Yeah. You pick it up with Blitz Ras, like what you're forced to do in, what's it, 1 Minute League or something? I think Rich's team was forced to play a Khemri team that didn't have any kind of Throw Ras on it. So, you know, Rich's team proved it was possible. So, you know, you can kind of do without it anyway. But of course, in the proper league, we're going to take a Throw Ra. Like, you know, 12 Skeletons as well. Up to 12 players with Skeletons, so you can do a bit of fouling as well. And who was that joined?
It was Crusader.
Yep, that would be me.
Do you have any thoughts on Khemri Throw Ras Crusader?
I think they're crucial to the team. To be honest. To get anything done, I think they're crucial to the team.
Yeah, chat's just winding us up. That's all.
Need that Hail Mary pass on skill up.
Well, it's not even so much that. It's you need the reliable, and I'm using air quotations here. The reliable ball pickup. So I think they're crucial.
Oh yeah, like if we're being serious, no, yeah, I totally agree. And you know, I would even say like if you're playing Khemri, the weather dome is super crucial as well. Because if you end up in the rain, like you're not getting anything done all game, even with your like sure hands. You know, for me, it's like something you need to beeline for.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Once you have your third reroll too, you're probably looking at getting another thrower. I think you need 2. If you lose one and you've only got one, what are you doing? You're not playing the ball. I mean, you can, but it's not reliable, and it's all about that reliability.
Yep, totally agree. Okay, so that was Varksins. I'm gonna butcher all your names at some point. So there's yours. That's his Khemri team.
McMackey, Khemri has to play. Like, you don't win the game if you're not scoring touchdowns. Really, you have to score at least one. So if you're not playing the ball, how are you scoring?
The next team is the Temple-Stowed Serpents, which is a Lizardman team coached by Down Under Wookie.
I love the name. I'm gonna have to go and search this one up, aren't
I? That's what we've all been doing. But you can do what John was doing. You just watch me doing it in chat.
Yeah, no, I'll do that. That saves time.
Cool. So this is a Lizardman team. He has his 3 rerolls. He has 5 Skinks and 6 Saurus. No Croxagore yet. I don't think you can start with the Crocs and 3 rerolls, can you? Is it like a Crocs and 2 or?
Yeah, no, I don't think you can do the 3 reroll start if you have a Croxagore. That being said, I think the Croxagore start is the better start.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with that. I think that you really need like the Croxagore. You know, it's just like a big roadblock. Like you basically your game is having lots of really big guys that hit stuff and lots of little guys that run away from everything. And kind of like playing with an extra little guy running away instead of a big guy that can hit something, I kind of think is meh.
Look, I'm prepared to sort of sit and see how it turns out, but I do think the Croxagore start is the better start. What's a Croxagore cost? It's 140? 140?
I can't see right here. If I go to Fumble, that'll tell me.
It's the same price as the bear, because the bear's a Crocs.
Oh, well, yep,
Yeah,
you'll know. Okay.
Yeah. 120? But no, it's got to be 140, right?
Okay, I will actually look it up now.
Yeah, there's too much confusion.
It is 140.
Yeah, there we go. The Croxagore, I think everyone agrees that the Croxagore is one of the better big guys.
The best for me.
Yeah, he'd be up there.
Not everyone likes. Not everyone likes their like wild animal things like you do, John. Like some people actually play the consistency in Blood Bowl. But
yeah, but the Croxagore just adds a lot to the team.
Yeah, it's just a really, really good piece. I'm sure the Croxagore is going to be on his long-term development plan. Like, it has to be. Maybe even, like, the very first thing you do is just save up and buy it. But, you know, I guess if he's thinking, you know, maybe I don't have any skills, I'll take the extra reroll, try and add some consistency, but, nah. We'll see.
Yeah.
So that...
Keep an eye on this one.
Yeah. Well, we're keeping an eye on all of you, but we'll especially keep an eye on this one. So that was the Temple Stowed Serpents by Down Under Wookie. The next team is the 8th MS team, which is an amazing anime, by the way, guys. You should all go watch that.
You know, I've only ever watched sporadic episodes of Gundam.
Gundam gets really deep if you actually watch like a series from you know, start to finish. But it looks like Reese is looked at as being one of the only teams with development in this division so far. So he has the one Bludge vampire that's actually survived. He has one other vampire. He has lost a vampire, which was a pretty big blow. Apart from that, he's just got all the rest thralls, one with Cake, one with Dirty Player, and 14 rerolls. I think you know a bit more about Vamps than me, Crusader.
I wouldn't say I know a bit more. I've played them a few times, but yeah, losing a vampire is a bit harsh. Not 6 vamps and not 6 vamps out of 10. Everyone makes the like 6 vampire jokes. But I am not a fan of having more vamps than I have rerolls. You are statistically likely to bloodlust with each vampire roughly 2.5 times a game. So if we're rounding up, that makes it 3. And you burn your rerolls pretty quickly. Reese suffered a dead vampire. It was a vampire who didn't regen, and then he had a busted vamp. I can't remember what the injury was. But I think on both occasions it was the ground-based Gundam that he had to replace, which he thought was kind of funny.
Oh, Grand Gundam, yeah. I remember seeing that now, yeah.
But yeah, Vampires, 6448 for 110k. You get a lot of player for your 110k, but when they die, you certainly do feel it.
Yeah, the rest of the team is, you know, distinctly below average. You know, like the thralls are worse than human linemen, and you've got like a ton of
Yeah,
them. So,
but they're also cheap.
that is true.
Um, good thing for Reese is though that he's only 20k from being able to repurchase a vampire. So conceivably he should be able to do that his next game. So
Yeah, and it
but,
sounds like he's been playing most of his games with 2 vampires anyway, so I'm sure he'll be kind of used to it by now.
he had a game. Who was it against? It might have been. Was it Hammerset? It was playing at Amazons during the Greenhorn, and whilst his dice weren't helping him out, he had a couple of opportunities where, with the application of hypnotic gaze, he would have had easy shots on the ball carrier. Because they were sort of caged up on a corner and on the sideline, and if you sort of gaze one corner, you step your vampire in for 2 dice against the ball carrier. So 2 vampires, you can still make things work. Hypnotic gaze is a really good skill, as it turns out. It's just that you have to mitigate how bad bloodlust can be. So
Yeah, definitely. I think everyone in the Big O can agree that Reese has been one of the better coaches to grace the league over the past couple of seasons as well. So I think we can all look to Reese to hopefully do quite well again this season.
I kind of want to see him put Fend on his thralls.
Yeah, that would be good, wouldn't it?
It'd be something else.
Oh dear. Right, okay, the next team is the Art of War, a Dark Elf team coached by Einar31.
Yeah, Bush, the 3-0 against the Pro Elf team was the game that he lost his first vampire. So, like, it's kind of like winning, it's almost like winning the battle but losing the war, or the other way around, I guess.
Okay, so the Art of War, we have a Dark Elf team here with 3 blitzers and all the rest linemen, with only 2 rerolls. Yeah, he's only got 10 players, so that kind of that makes me think of like a dead witch elf, which is incredibly unfortunate if that's the case. I'd have probably thought about just re-rolling if I had a dead witch elf, but then looking at the team here, he already has 2 blodge blitzers and a rodge lineman, so maybe he's kind of offsetting that, the dead witch elf by thinking that he's already got some really good development and wants to keep going.
Yeah, don't. What's a witch elf cost you?
110, 120, 110, I think. It's not cheap.
Yeah, that'd put his TV. That'd put his TV to 1120 if he had a witch elf still. After 4 games, I think that sounds like it'd be about right.
Yeah.
He's been winning his games too, so aside from thirst quenches and editors, so he's won 2.
Yep. You can't always take wins and losses in the Greenhorn take them with like a grain of salt. Like he's been able to score touchdowns is basically what that's kind of saying.
He 3-0'd. Was that a Goblin team or an Underworld team? Say hello to my little friends.
I'll click on it, but no, it didn't like me clicking on it.
I think it's a Goblin team based on the logo.
Yeah, probably either Goblin or Skaven, I think that was. But
yeah.
Now we've got the dreaded loading screen thing.
Yeah.
It should fix itself in a minute or so.
Bobo's saying that he's got a dead level 2 War Dancer in Greenhorn. Buddy, I feel your pain.
Yeah, but isn't your other War Dancer a strip ball dancer? Or was that someone else?
Yeah, it's strip ball's 1 level.
Yeah, but that's gonna be amazing. Say hello to a Gobble team. Yeah. Oh, come on, game. Come on, servers. Give me an answer. Okay, there we go.
Man, the Blood Bowl 2 client has been so good lately.
Yep. Yes, it has.
And I'm only being a little facetious. No apothecary is the other notable. The
Yeah.
other notable trait about this team.
You know, I think I'd end up getting the apple with that. Mind you, 70k. That's a hard one for me. Like, you could probably
But
think
you're
that you're gonna
40k
get your
away from the witch
40k
elf.
for your witch elf back. Yeah, but you know, if you're gonna be taking some damage in this game again, you know, you might be thinking that you want the apple. That's a tough one for me.
Yeah, I mean, like, I've been in this situation. Like, with the wood elves, you always end up in a similar situation, if you me. Where it's like player, like it was a player or other choice. It's hard to say. Reese is saying that he couldn't comment on stream. Mirror Scout is typed this in for him, but both vampires were straight dead. The second one even had Abo try and save them.
Okay.
Poor Reese.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you save up? Do you save up for the apothecary, or do you just buy? Like, do you buy the apothecary? Or do you save up for a witch elf? It's a hard choice. If you lose a blitzer, it's going to be pretty rough.
Yeah. I'd probably have a look at who I was playing. Like, if I joined one of those goblin teams, you can bet I'm getting the apple.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe if it's like like a more standard team that hasn't really got a whole bunch of killing power, then maybe you think you can take it.
Yeah. It's you would have done my Kislev team with the skill that I haven't processed. That's pretty much what I'm sort of waiting to see who I'm playing first, how my first few games are before I sort of look at what I'm doing there.
Yeah. Okay, so okay, keep moving on. We've got 3 teams left. And the next one is the One True Path. James Typhoon finally deciding which path indeed he's going to walk down this season.
Is it the one with the minor?
I don't think he'll take the Mino. I could be wrong, but I don't think he's got any players in his team at the moment.
No, this is in fact we're even worse than the other one, guys. Like he's even worse than Sam Slade. Sam Slade at least had 3 team rerolls and an apothecary. James Typhoon doesn't even have that. He's got a lot of recruitment to do by the time Wednesday. Is that tomorrow? The season kicks off, isn't it? Or is it the
The
day
5th,
after?
so it's a Thursday in Australia. So yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I can only speculate, but I don't think James will go the Minotaur start.
I don't think he would either, but there's still a niggling in the back of my mind that, he might just want to try and show up Findeco a little bit. But we'll see. Let's hope for, entertainment's sake that there is a minor. We just don't think there will be.
Yeah, I think James is someone who takes the game, at least a little bit seriously.
More of an orthodox player.
Yeah, that's probably a way to put it.
Okay. So, next team is the Phobias Reborn, which is an undead team. It's nice to see it. We're actually getting an undead team. I didn't think we were.
Yeah,
Coached
there was
by
one for a while
Werecaster. No, the SI Earthshakers were like the only undead team in the division for quite a while. I'm pretty sure, but
Well, the sign-up sheet had no undead in it for the longest time.
So yeah, this is another fresh team. I think the only thing we can talk about when it comes to undead teams is do you go zombies or skeletons? This guy's chosen 1 skeleton and 3 zombies. Which are you a fan of?
Don't really have a personal preference. I like the extra movement on a skeleton, but I like the extra armor on a zombie. So
You're impartial.
Yeah, Skelly. Yeah, Skelly is saying Skelly if Claw is around, otherwise zombies. I mean, like I like having 1 skeleton, at least. It's also, the 3rd fastest player on the team. There's a distinct division amongst the speeds here. the skeleton does make a decent fowler. But yeah, I don't know. I like undead at low TV. Unfortunately, like undead and necro are very good at low TV. But unfortunately, necro sort of just edged them out because of werewolves. So, yeah, I don't know.
Alrighty then. So yeah, 3 team rerolls, fresh team. Level 19 coach, so he's clearly played Blood Bowl, but he's not someone that's, just kind of, just joining a league as like a level 1 just to see what it's all about, so hopefully we can expect some good games.
My question is, does he stream under a full moon?
He's
a werecaster.
Uh-huh. I got it.
Eh?
Aye.
Okay. Come on, I've been awake for maybe 45 minutes now.
The last team in Division 3C is, I'm going to go with Waitaha, but I have a tendency of, oh, holy shit, screenshot button, didn't mean to press that. But I have a tendency to pronounce everything kind of like I'm pronouncing things in Japanese, like if I don't understand how I pronounce a thing. So if I said that wrong, please do educate me. So this is an Elf Union team coached by Rain. It's the standard Elf Union start with a thrower, 2 blitzers, 2 catches, the rest linemen. And he's elected to go for the 3 rerolls instead of the 2 team rerolls and the apothecary. Is anything at all jumping out to you here, or is this just another standard team? Let's move along.
Are those generic names?
No. I'm pretty sure they're not.
I wouldn't know. Yeah, I mean, taking a 3rd reroll instead of the apothecary, it's a choice, I suppose.
That's what I do. Bank on getting enough money from my first game to get an apple. Just hope you're winning, go for it.
Yeah, you've got 4 players there who are quite expensive, though, if you lose those early.
Yeah, I guess. But I just think, 3 rerolls is good.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying 3 rerolls is bad, but I might have considered like going 2 rerolls and Apo and then taking that thrower and just gunning for leader as quickly as possible.
Interesting.
But like, I like an apothecary on armor 7 elves, so.
Yeah, I can kind of understand why you'd like an apothecary on armor 7 elf. Yeah. I remember what your team used to be like, so.
Yep. And like, if one of those blitzers or one of the catchers die early on,
yeah,
that's gonna hurt.
Yep. But anyway, then that's all the teams in Division 3C. As Mirskata said, this is mostly the kind of like the fresh roll team division. So that was actually a lot quicker than I thought it was going to be. Is there any team that particularly stands out to you, or any coach you think that's going to do well from this division? Either of you, Findeco or Crusader?
Reese. Like I said it in chat, but I feel like Reese always has such bad luck, and I hope that he does amazing this season.
Yeah, I've also got to go with the vampires. I think if Reese can sort of overcome the bad luck they've had to start with, and get some development and pick up his vampires, and I think the vampires will do quite well. So
yeah. In terms of doing well, I agree. Like, I hope Reese does well. But the team that I think I'm going to be most looking forward to watch is Changelog's Ham Fighters. Just because every single game that we've seen with Changelog's been a firework display. And, for me, long may it continue. I'm sure all the other coaches in the division aren't exactly pleased about getting in the division with Changelog. But, I'm happy that I get to see it.
Yeah, well, I see that he's realized he can get his second troll. which a bit of an oversight. Yeah, he's not shy of putting the boot in, so that Goblin team could be one to watch in terms of entertaining shows. But yeah, I think Reese's Vampires should do quite nicely. We know Reese's got the knowledge and the skill. He's in a division with James as well. I just have to wonder whether or not just general coaching knowledge is going to sort of win the day here. It's interesting. Should be a good division.
Yep. So
Bush wants my predictions. Oh god.
predictions. You've just had them.
Well, I made one. Division B.
Oh, 3A and 3B. Okay.
Yeah, I'll have a quick look at B now. Well, I think Yasmi is going to have a bit of fun in Division 3B. Playing Chorfs in an otherwise fairly agile division. This 3B is very reminiscent of Div 2 from last season.
Yep. That's what me and Lascaris both said.
Yeah, I give Gazmi's Chorfs a fairly reasonable chance of making it all the way through the top. Who else? I mean, there's a Dark Elf team with an assassin in this division. Kind of threw me for a loop. Monty's Halflings could do anything. The Amazons, I think the Amazons probably have an edge too. Four block players plus all that dodge. It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, it's 6 block players at this point, I think, on that team.
Yeah, the catch has picked up blodge, hasn't it? So is the thrower. Lineman and the thrower got block as well. There's a lot of lots to like in that Amazon team.
Yep.
And 3A, let's have a quick gander. They've only got 7 teams in here. Don't know. I don't know about 3A. It's fairly LV as well, isn't it?
It's very LV. Yeah.
Let's have a quick look at Bush's team.
Right,
Bush's safe moves first. No potato. Every player named a potato. No potato. I rate your chances, Tommo. If you can avoid the team exploding.
Yeah, all of us casters seem to have, I'm not gonna. Well, my luck's not been as bad as yours has been, but usually kind of with those kind of on the content team, are lucky that it was really good or really bad. There's no kind of like in between kind of standard kind of game. It's just, which makes it entertaining games for guys to watch, but for us it can be a little frustrating at times.
Yeah, no, I think you've got a decent chance.
I think the other team to watch in Division 3, I don't know if you've seen them, is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Goblins.
No, I haven't.
They've already got like a Claw, Mighty Blow, Skaven Blitzer, and Tackle, Skaven Blitzer. Or am I getting confused?
The Underworld team.
Yeah, the Underworld team.
Yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Goblins, yeah. Oh yeah, that's getting scary.
So yeah, anyhow, you've had Crusaders predictions. I think that's us for the preview here. I need to wrap up because I need to be getting away, getting something to eat, and then taking my meds. But anyway, guys, I hope everyone has a really good, really fun season. I know we've all been looking forward to this for a while now. Big O is bigger and better than ever. Please do pay attention to everyone on the content team. You've got Crusaders stream at twitch.tv/unholykrusader and be streaming a lot at twitch.tv/Tommo5000. You're going to see Liam writing his predictions in the Big Observer. Remember to look out for the Big Observer when it comes out. And who else is doing things? Nub streams a lot. We've just got so much Blood Bowl going on, guys. Just pay attention to it, and everything is going to be awesome. So to round up, I just want to say thanks to the Lascaris, who's no longer here, as well as thanks to Crusader and Findeco for both jumping in. You guys are bailing me out as always. Thank you very much.
No, mate, it's always a pleasure.
Not for me. Jesus Christ, what am I here for?
Okay, and yeah, this has been Tommo here with your Big O season preview, and that's me signing out. Have a good day, everyone. Bye bye. Okay, cool.
Sonia, what do you want for Christmas?